Got this box just delivered a few minutes ago. I have no idea what it is. There's no markings in the front or in the back. I got like 3 boxes delivered today, so I'm not sure which one this is, but this is the biggest one. So let's open it together and see what we have here. We have a scooter. This looks very similar in design and size compared to the bottom models I reviewed last year and the latest T-Wing Z4 Pro that I recently posted. I hope you guys seen that video. Nicely packed. I don't see any damages. The box in perfect condition, front and back. Let's take it outside and see what we have here. And it looks like we have a seat here. Out of the box you get a seat included and a pouch, and all of this for $1,400 only after discount code. Brake pads, the standard e-bike key. We'll have a few other small boxes here. The charger, instructions, and this looks like a phone holder. They included 2 chargers and accessories and $1,400 price level. I've not seen this before. So this knob here has to click in and it doesn't go down. Now it's solid. A little unusual, and then when you want to press it down, you pull this lever here and it goes down. So there you go. It doesn't click by itself, so you have to help it a little bit. This is the first scooter that actually came with 2 chargers, and we have 2 charging ports, 60 volts, 38 amps, and this is the charger. So the same as the Gnocchi first gen, a little light, quality-wise suspicious, 4 amps, and it should get it from empty to fully charged in about 9.5, close to 10 hours. And this battery, it's not removable. Here's the Philiam ES8 scooter fully assembled, and besides the name that's a bit weird, I like that you're not charged for the seat and all these extra accessories, and this integration allows you to lower the handlebars and have some adjustability to get closer to proper riding position that I have not seen in Obotter and T-Wing models. We have 2 3000 watt motors, 11-inch off-road wheels, and a pretty big 60 volt 38 amp hour battery. We'll get some close-ups and look in detail about this scooter. So guys, you have here Obotter X7 big screen, similar console, the grips, no hardware to secure them, but they're moving, but I have to push really hard. Same brakes, the same wrapping we've seen in the Emovic Cruiser V2 previous video. So what's different here? Design-wise, so you get the seat, which is similar, but what's cool here regarding the seat, this front adjustability. So you can actually, I pushed it all the way down, but you can raise it up, and a lot of scooters come really tall, so when you have a seat, it's really big, this balance between the levels of the seat and the handlebars. Here you can push it all the way down, so I'm not gonna lift it all the way up because I have this pouch in front and kind of like constraints here. But what's cool and what I like here is that once we get inside, we're gonna measure the deck and the height, how tall you can lift the handlebars. But here you can push it all the way down, and I have still here 1.5 inches and maybe 2 inches left, so I can push it lower. So makes for a more comfortable posture and allow you to, you know, sit more comfortably, go faster, control scooter better. Folding mechanism is different than anything I tried so far. The same principle, the same idea, but execution is different. 11-inch front and back off-road tires, very knobby, looks like almost 12 inches, and 3000 watts and 3000 watt motor in the back. So dual setup, 6000 watts, and you have here the sticker, 11-inch motors with wheel, charging voltage, and you have the ratings for the battery. Design-wise, if you look at the front fork, the stem, how it was designed here, and the light, the fenders, aluminum, it's slightly different. The same idea, but different angle, different curvature. You see here the plastic here, the way it stops the folding mechanism, it's different. You have here 2,000 pounds rating on the shock, and you can see here the screws and the washer actually recessed inside. Also on the back, different construction, the same thing as the previous scooter. There's no grip tape or rubber top to hold your legs from sliding. The light, if you have like a motorcycle or car following you, this is a good angle, so you'll be able to see the signaling. And what I like here is you see this nuts that actually recessed inside,
So the same idea, but arms, different execution. The fender is smooth versus bent in the previous scooters, and the shocks, there are two of them, but they're much smaller size. You guys complained about this in previous reviews, that the deck is sharp. Here it's very smooth and it doesn't stick out a lot like the other models, especially Obotic 7. Much better here. I haven't removed this plastic. Yeah, I think it looks much better now. What is cool here, you have similar specs, almost the same with the T-Wing Z4 and the X5 Obotter, but here even lower price and slightly different execution. So the scooter looks, for what it is for this price level, looks okay-ish, but let's see how it performs. Oh, the seat is actually very comfortable. This shock has a lot of travel. Brakes are good. We have turning signals that you cannot see. It doesn't actually blink, it just shows you, you know, like steady color, steady light. So yeah, let's go to the max. Oh, it has a little bit of torque. Pushing the seat backwards because the suspension is so, like, it has so much travel. Oh, it's actually pretty good acceleration. Oh, look at that guy. Yeah, it picks up pretty nicely. Let's see here, top speed. It's actually pretty fast. 68. 75. Yeah, 75 steady uphill. 76. 77 uphill. Wow. 78. Uphill. That's crazy. And it's actually steady uphill. Wow, that's not bad. I hope the screen speed matches the GPS, the app numbers. It has a torquey but smooth. It doesn't spin the tires when you start, which is pretty good. And I'm sitting down, so let's see now. Yeah, accelerates very nicely. Look at it. Brake a little bit. Yeah, it's mostly uphill here. So I have to get some flats to get the, you know, more accurate numbers. No steer dampener. It's pretty stable. 81, 82, 82. Yeah, so we'll have to stop here. There's a spot here on the left that I can go and test the speed also. Let's actually go there. Yeah, the scooter feels very solid, except the seat is like moving up and down and also moving back and forth. It's like one of those things that goes like this and like any direction, so it's kind of weird. And I feel like this is the first scooter that I have like a very nice posture, and I'll go for a longer ride. And it feels like more powerful than the T-Wing Z4 and cheaper also. Alright, we'll stop here and test the GPS. Hopefully the app didn't, you know, close. Let's see here. So far 81, 82 kilometers an hour. That was the max. Let's see what the phone shows. Look at that, 48 miles an hour. That's crazy. But let's see how much was squeezed here. 48 so far was the max. 82 on the speedometer. Yeah, this is everything aggressive, scary.
we pass 48 mark. Yeah, 48 still the highest top speed level. I mean, it's not 55 as advertised. I'm also 225 pounds. I don't have the jacket or gear, just the helmet. But I'm pretty sure if you're like 175, 150 pounds, you'll probably get 52, 53, maybe 55, depends. But this is what I got, and these are my numbers. When you think it's such a small adjustment, a lot of people think it's not important, and big brands don't include that. Dropping the handlebar in this frame, in my case right by my waistline, allowing me to sit comfortably and increase control of the scooter at high speeds, it's phenomenal. And you don't have this option on the more expensive scooters. It's so comfortable. Your hands don't get tired on long rides, and this battery provides that on this model. The suspension is cheap but surprisingly works well, tracks and dissipates all the bumps decently well, working in tandem with the seat post suspension, plenty of clearance if you decide to ride off-road, and has the power for it. The big screen is pretty cool and it's right in your face, and you have all the info clearly. With the seat set up, it's pretty comfortable and convenient scooter. Range. Tested a maximum sport, dual setup, temperature 75 degrees, my weight 225 pounds, keeping the scooter in 30 to 40 miles an hour range. Last 7 miles the battery was flashing red, but the scooter was still accelerating to 25 miles an hour, pretty fast, good torque. I was circling around this neighborhood waiting for the battery to die. No sag, very good performance until the end, until the last second when it stopped working, shutting down. Covering 39.1 miles in range. To power on the scooter, just switch the key. Huge screen, give it a couple seconds to boot up, and this is what you get. The same console we've seen in previous models, and here we have the voltage. It's charging right now, and you have the lights on, off, turning signals, and it doesn't flash. The screen just shows like that, and this is how it looks in the back. Pretty visible, and we have a horn here, pretty loud, and this console on the right hand side, sport, eco, and you can see here when you press Eco and Sport, it goes in D, and you have 3 settings. And third, 1, 2, 3, and acceleration. These grips don't have hardware to be secured to the handlebar. They're not moving. You have to push hard to move them, and they're surprisingly very comfortable. Exact brakes you see on Obotter and T-Wing scooter, 160 mm rotors, and this hydraulic brake. Pretty good, work exactly as it should. Front and back. Actually, the back is on opposite side, and this setup is actually diagonal, the way I like it. You have front on the right hand side and left on the left hand side. When it comes to waterproof rating, I didn't see anything on the website, and also in the booklet there's nothing about water resistance, and I went through it. But what I want to show you here, if you look here where the cables are, it's very well sealed, and I removed all the screws, and I had to pull really hard to open this top part. I thought there's more screws holding, but you can see here in the back there, it's pretty well sealed and has this, like, let me show you. I'm pulling really hard now. Look at this. It's like really, you can see there on top. It was very well sealed all around. All right, let's take this out so you can see how it looks inside. I'm really impressed because I don't have the footage to show you, but I opened one of the Obotter's D5 and I replaced one of the controllers. It stopped working and it was smaller, but the number of cables was insane. It was really hard to trace the wires. Here, it's much better organized. Every single wire you see has this like zip tie with this protection, heat shrink, and this should be actually it's not melted, it's not properly done. It should be heat shrink on the wire and small size, and this could be probably for, I'm not sure if this is for heat protection. This should be done nicer, but still it's good that you have it. Other scooters don't have that, and you can see here the wires are actually well organized. If you have to replace them, it's easy. Obotter was in the back and it was a mess. It was a million cables and all different sizes, and it was so hard to replace the controller. But this is not the case, and you have the battery, you have this foam on each side. Nicely done, guys. I like this. You have here the specs of the battery, and also waterproofness. You can see they put all this silicone all around. When I pull this out, you see like more came from this deck. It's very well done. So I could say this is probably IPX5 or even IPX6, because all the sides here, this is the LED here, so this is covered and protected. There's a hole here, so you can actually take it apart and maybe put some silicone on these holes. Here is done well.
Yeah, maybe some silicone around this bolt. Actually, they have silicone over this bolt, but not over that one. So not sure, but you can just, this holes, cover them, and I can probably, yeah, so if you put this hole right here, which is covered by this plate, but just to be safe, you can put some touches of silicone here, here, around this screw, and get it 100% waterproof. Quality-wise, I'm impressed. Good parts. It has this industrial, like tool thing design that I mentioned, you know, butter and T-wing. It's not as polished as T-wing. T-wing, the color chosen, and the parts are kind of feeling a little bit more high-end, but still nothing less here. Very similar parts, different design, well put together. For this price level, I think this is the best budget option today. For 60 volt, 30 amp hour battery, the results are fantastic. For pros, this seat is super light, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, for what you pay, it's not much you can ask for, but it's pretty decent. On negative side is that this shock, it's pretty, you know, soft and flexy, just it goes a lot up and down, but it doesn't move just this way. It moves also backwards and forwards, and that's as a negative. So I think suspension here in the back is pretty good. So I would just replace this with a solid seat post and call it a day. And then you have also little movements from the springs, and suspension is enough. There's no need for this one. Or if you can find one that's higher end quality that you can put here, so only goes up and down, but you don't need that. To improve here is that this whole mechanism is kind of soft and weak. It's a very small bolt here, so something more beefier, bigger, that, you know, when you ratchet it down, when you close it, there's no movement at all. Maximum height from the deck to the top, it's 40 inches to the stem and 43 inches to the handlebars. And if you lower it down all the way, 28 inches and 30 and a half to the handlebars. I like this. Deck size, length 23 inches. In the mid you have 10 and a half, and on the sides we have 11 and 11 in the front. The footrest in the back is 6 1/4 by 6 inches wide. To unfold, you pull this knob out and has a little notch. Push this forward, press the lever down, and when you open it, it just clicks back in, twist, closes, and you're good to go. And to unfold it, just press down and it opens up, and you just lift it, twist it back, and you're done. Why buy this electric scooter? The ES8 specs compared to Z4, which is $2,000 with the seat, or Butter X5 is $1,700 with the seat. S8 is only $1,400. Weighs only 79 pounds. The Butter X5 has 60 volts, 30 amp hour battery option, and weighs 121 pounds. The Z4, it's also 60 volts, 40 amp hours, and at 118 pounds. These are 13-inch wheels setups, are bigger, longer scooters, but both are 60 volt setups, 30 to 40 amp hour battery capacity range, similar to S8. The S8, you can install 12-inch tires easily, maybe even push it to 13 inches. Looks like there's plenty of space there, but the S8, it's a great substitute the way it is for a more compact and lighter version that offers the same power, speed, range, and parameters for much lower price of $1,400. If you're on a budget, the S8 is the winner. The link will be down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.